we will have enough time for interactive question and answer, where the people who join us will be able to catch up from there. Besides, I'm also recording this, so anybody should be able to catch up. So, good evening once again. Today, our topic of discussion is back testing your system. So, basically, what we are saying is we see often enough that sometimes you go to the market, but then you become frustrated because you cannot meet or you cannot even get the number of pips that you're targeting to get. Many times we hear people saying, I was in profit, I was in profit, and then this long candle came and I was in losses. So, what will ensure that you compete on the same level with the big traders? Because, ideally, when you decide to get into the market, when you step into the forex market and you decide to make money, basically what you are trying to say you have decided to do is to outwit and outperform some of the most determined, intelligent, and well-resourced people. You're talking about the big banks. I think you've heard coach say often that the big banks almost counter trade. Like you'll be busy buying, you'll be busy buying, and then suddenly the market turns against you. So at the end of the day, you need to learn your craft that you'll be able to outwit and outperform the big players. Because if you do not do that, they will take away your money. You will lose. In fact, in some platforms now, when you start trading, they even offer to give you a bonus. The broker gives you a bonus. You put in uh, $10, they throw in another 30 for you as a bonus to start trading because they know that you will lose. Because if you don't practice the system you choose consistently, then you will not know, when to get out or when to enter your trade and minimize your losses. So then I'm just going to take you through a strategy that you should start using now, which is called back testing. So basically, when the market is quiet, and most likely, usually over the weekend, the strategy that you have chosen to use, let's say even the sniper strategy that coach is trying to build in us to practice every day before the London breakout, or even scalping. So once in a while, when the market is quiet, try to look for those opportunities and backtest in your system. So I'm going to show you, and I believe most of you use CTrader now, on how to do backtesting on CTrader, as well as how to come up with a plan in which you review your trades every day and take note of areas of improvement, because you only get better when you practice. You only get better when you take note of the things that you will do differently if you were to trade, let's say, tomorrow, Friday. All right. So as I've said, you need to learn to practice your craft. So the $1,000,000 question that you can ask yourself is, how can you make money in the market knowing very well the people you are trading against, the big banks? Basically, they are waiting for you to put your small money to quickly take it away. So if you know you're already trading against such people who are looking to take away that small account of yours and wipe it, then how can you make money knowing that you're competing against very well resourced people that can really take away your money very fast? Well, the answer is simple. You have probably guessed it. And it might actually be simpler than what you actually think, because the answer is just you must practice. Practice, practice, practice. Simple does not mean that it is easy. It will take you a very long time to master a particular style or a strategy that you choose. But the trick is you must practice. And one of the best ways in which you can practice your trading system is the back testing. So then, how do you practice to become an expert? Well, if you read most books, people say that you must trade at least 10,000 times. If you were to do that, it will take you a couple of years before you become an expert. I think you heard the testimony of Coach saying that the way he lost money previously, as he was trying to get his head around this forex trading, because you need to do uh, or try your system so many times before you settle into a rhythm. But you do not have to do this that you take 10,000 trades in a live system, as the system is going. Your work has been made easier because most platforms allow you to do back testing. So you do not need to wait to do 10,000 times. And of course, you are guaranteed that you will fail, you will lose money. So in order for you to practice and make perfect, you don't need to wait to fail so many times as you try to become an expert. So you must seriously start back testing. And the most important thing when you are doing your back testing, you must start keeping a journal to record the trades that you took, and also to record the things that you must start improving. So what are you talking about when you're talking about back testing? In most platforms, if you're using MT4 or the case of most of us here who are using CTrader, most platforms have a lot of history that they keep. So it actually allows you to go back in time, look at a particular section of the chart that you want, put your support and resistance, or you mark your market zones where you want to trade, and then basically you just advance one price bar chart at a time and see whether if you placed those orders, you will have been in profit. Basically to test whether your strategy works. In CTrader Web, once you go to a particular time frame, you just use your arrow keys, either you go left or you go right to manually scroll and test your strategy. So right now, I am going to show you some of the trades we took today. But now you can be doing this. You can decide to go back in time even to last week or last month and test some of these strategies. So I'm just going to show you what I'm talking about on the chart. And then thereafter, I'm going to open it for question and answer. So just give me 1 minute so that I can bring up the chart. All right, I believe you can see my chart. Are we all on the same page?
Yeah, together.
Yes. So I'm going to show you what happened earlier today. This is the sniper strategy. So basically, what we usually do early in the morning, we look at the market, the way the market has been consolidating during the Asian session and before the London market opens. That is just 8 GMT. Right now, 8 GMT. London is about 2 hours behind us right now because of the daylight savings. Just before 10 o'clock Kenyan time, you make sure you put your trades. So today I woke up early and I placed, I marked the box that you're seeing here. This box here is basically where the market was consolidating. If you use your crosshair tool, you'll see that it's just it was just playing around here from around 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, all the way to around 6. Not moving a lot. So basically, once I mark this zone, I go down to a lower time frame. That was the 30-minute, and I take just a few pips above it. I check on the left to see how safe it is, and then I place my orders, and then I put where I want to take profit. So this yellow line you see above here is where I want to take my profit. But because we do not know the direction in which the market will break, we place them up and down. So how do you backtest this sniper strategy? I have deliberately hidden what happened during the day because this is early in the morning. At this moment, when I was doing this, I did not have the benefit to see what was happening on the right hand side. After this chart, this is around 7:30 a.m. So let's see. So this is one of the ways in which you can backtest. So I've moved back in time in terms of my charts. This is a C trader on the web. So what I am doing now, I am just pressing the forward key, the arrow key, to advance one bar chart, this bar chart, one bar chart at a time, to see what happens. So this is on a 30-minute time frame. So let's see. Every 30 minutes, one bar. It went up. It went and actually triggered my trade. Okay, took profit. You see, clearly here now it has really taken profit. So this is what happens. So if you look at the 5 major currency pairs that we normally use to on this trade, this sniper trade every morning, this is exactly what usually happens. Because during the Asian session, the market consolidates around here. Then after London, it either breaks up or down. It always either breaks up or down. So what you do, you just set traps up or down, and you can backtest this. Let me just show you. If you put 2 parallel lines, and you can even mark them with the colors that you like. If you look at the time in any of the major currency pairs, just around 3 a.m., 4 a.m. Kenyan time, the market slows down. The market slows down. So once you start mastering this sniper strategy without even help from anyone, on your own, you can start doing this analysis and even backtesting. So on your chart, even if you go back in time, way back 1 month from now, just look at the time zone between 4 a.m. to 8 a.m. You will always notice that the market consolidates. So what happens is you place your trades a few pips above the consolidation and also a few pips below, based on also what you're seeing on the left, a safe place. And if you backtest, just the same way I've shown you, like if you move the market now, forward, you'll always see that it breaks and take your profit. So this is one easy way in which we are practicing on how to trade without necessarily chasing the market. So basically, you set your traps and then you wait for the market to come to you. And being scalpers also, what I do, like in today's case, this was Euro USD. Once this side triggered, I did not even wait to see what will have happened on this other side. I cancel the sell stop order. So once the buy stop order triggered, I cancel this one. All right. So I'm going to show you another tool that you can use to check your other types of trade. So let's say you're a scalper or you're even a swing trader. Most platforms uh, have this deal map. Normally, once you place your trade, you can trace where you entered in the market and also where it took profit. Whether it took profit or it took loss, you'll be able to trace. And this is a good way of recording in your journal, whether the strategy that you deployed worked or whether you need to tweak it. So normally, once I place my sniper trades, I normally do scalping. First, I look at what the market is trying to do. Like today, I noticed that the market was going up. So this is on a 1 hour time frame. So beside my support and resistance are the ones that you're seeing in purple. I quickly mark the direction in which the market was going. Basically, try to put some zone, at least mark 2 candles to indicate that the market was, basically going up. And then I go down to a lower time frame. That is basically the 1 minute. And using my 5 minutes as a guide, I take my trade. So I'm going to show you one particular one. So since I know that the market is going up, every time the market is coming down, like you see this big candle, this red one, every time the market is coming down, I put several buy orders. Like now this particular one, I put several ones here, and the lot here was I bought at 1.18448, knowing confidently that it will turn and go up. So I'm not worried. So when the market is going up, I keep buying, buying, buying. And then before it touches this line, I slow down. I don't put the trade. So I wait. And then it quickly turns up, as you can see here, and I take my profit. As you can see, even earlier, there are some that I had taken way back here, some buys. They came and took profit here. See, so several of them. So using this deal map, you can always go back in time and review your trades. Like this, I'm telling you the trades that I took. Today I started trading at about some minutes past 1. The trades that I took at around 1 and how they took profit. And if you look at your trade watch, the platform actually allows you to even review whichever trade you want to review. Maybe the ones that went on loss or the ones that took profit. Like for instance, if I wanted to review this particular one, if I'm now on the trade watch, I simply right click and say open chart. It will open for me that particular one and show me the deal map, exactly what happened to it in terms of, you see, how, the time I entered it and how I took my profit. So using the tools that the platforms gives you, you're able to backtest and go back in time and see whether your system, the system that you have deployed, is meeting your objective of getting the pips that you have assigned, or you need to adjust to see whether you can take profit. And to check or activate your deal map, if you're using CTrade on the web, if you just right click on any chart, and you come to chart options, view options, you will see, the things that you want to see, like here, this position, orders, bid price, ask price, and then right here, deal map. If you check deal map, it will always give you a history of how you enter the market and how you exit. It's very important for you to have this because it helps you to review the trades that you took earlier. So even the one that you took back in time, I can always go back even to last week and I'll be able to review them. It's important to you for you to review so that you can always know the things that you need to adjust, basically is to set up a better sale so that you are more profitable and reduce the losses that you get during the day. All right. I don't want to take too much of the time. I want to now open it up for questions, answers, so that we also now have an interactive session. Okay?
I have a question.
All right.
How do scalpers enter and exit trade, please?
For this, Brian. Is that Brian?
Brian.
All right. So, Brian, that's a very good question. So, what happens? Once I know the direction of the market, normally what I have done is I have set up in my CTrader web platform. There's this on the left side. There's this wheel, the settings wheel that you normally have. If you have any type of phone, even an Android phone, there's this wheel that looks like a spanner. It looks like a toolbox settings. So when you click on it, it allows you to set up what I call quick trade. So if you look at my quick trade, basically what I'm telling the system to do for me, that I want to click once. Every time I see that the opportunity is good, I want to click once. And every time I want, if it gets to 2 pips, I take my profit. But if the market turns against me, I don't want it to go beyond 35 pips. So once I set up that, every time the market looks good, like it looks like it's coming down, I simply come here because I've already set up my take profit and stop loss and my lot size. As you can see here, for me, for now, I use 0.01. So I just, if the market is favoring buy, I just click here, several times, buy, 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 buy. And then I sit back and wait. In a short time, they come and take profit. So I take my trades in batches. So every time there's an opportunity, if it comes down, I take a couple of them, sometimes up to 20 or 40 trades. And then when it go up, I take profit. So within a very short time, like today, I started my trading after 1 o'clock. And by around 3, I was done. I'd completed my target, my 335 pips. So if you take those several trades and you've already set up, you do not have to do a lot of work. Once you have marked your trading areas, every time the market comes down, you know that it will go back up. You press several buys, and then you wait for it to take profit. But that's a very good question, Brian. I don't know if I've answered you, but that's how, for me, that's how I take my trades.
Thank you.
Okay. Any other question?
Hello.
Hello.
Okay,
Yes.
good
I have
evening.
a question. This is Patrick.
Hello.
Hello, this is
Yes.
Patrick. I have a question.
Patrick, we are having trouble
Yes.
getting you. I think you need to move closer to the mic.
Okay. Is that better?
Yeah, it's better.
Yeah. So I have a question here. When you're setting your trade, whereby you've set your your horizontal line, your when you're setting your whatever resistance and is support, in between there's the orange line that is in between your trade. Then I realized when you right click above that orange line, it gives you some prompts there, whereby the arrows are usually, there's a line above the arrow, and if you do it below that orange line, there's a line below, the arrow is facing down, and there's a line crossing. What does that imply?
All right. Let me see if I get your question. You're saying, okay, how are you placing your trade? You right click.
Yes, yeah, I right click.
Let me see. So are you talking about this line that you're seeing here?
Yes, that line you're pointing on.
Oh, this line just shows you the current market price. You get?
Yes.
So depending on the
Yeah.
type of trade you want to do, like for instance, if I right click here, in some platforms, it cannot allow me to do some type of trades if I'm already below the market. Like you can see here, my options are limited. I cannot, for instance, do a buy stop order, because for you to do a buy stop order, then you have to be above the market. So depending on the platform you use, some already are usually disabled because you're not able to do that. You're not able to take that type of trade, because for some type of trade like a buy stop, what you're basically telling the system is that I want to put a pending order here, and if the market decides to go up, I want to be on the trade. But you see, now that is not possible if already the price is above what you're trying to set. You get? So depending, you see, like now, in this particular case, this is a 1 minute. This is a 1 minute, and it's playing between. This is my support and this is my resistance. So basically, the market has considerably slowed down. You see, actually, what is the distance here? The distance is about 10 pips. Somebody can still trade here, by the way. 10 pips, but it's not moving a lot. It's just playing around here. So if you're trading, and let's say you are doing buy orders, in this particular case, you see the last high. Let me zoom in a little. For this particular one, the last high is here, and you see you're right here. It's about 3 pips. So assume that this market is going back to this last high, which is about 3 pips. If you are doing scalping here, you'll simply click buy, buy, buy. And if you take 2 pips, before it goes to those 3 pips, just around here, you'll have taken your profit and you'll have gotten out of the market. I don't know if I've answered you, Patrick.
You've answered me. So basically, we should not right click below the market price.
Yes, depending on the type of trade you want to take, if you right click below, it will only give you the options that are applicable. Like you see, if I right click here, below this market now, I am only able to do sell, stop, because it's below. You understand? Those are the things that I can only do sales below the the current price. But if I was doing if I was just entering, if I wanted to place bids based on the current price, then I can use these buttons here. This allows me to either buy or sell at the current price. So if I see like this and I like it and I think I want to get in, I just simply click buy or click sell. Okay? Do you have any other question?
Excuse me, Ken.
Yes.
Ken, this is Brian.
Yes, Brian.
I wanted to ask. I noticed since from yesterday that not every time that is the best time for scalpers to trade. So please, could you explain to me the best time for scalpers to trade?
Well, first of all, you need to mark your zones. You see, like for me, what I usually do when I get up in the morning, I just simply study the market first. So once you study the market and you've seen how the market is playing, I usually start with the 4 hour. You see, my charts are very colorful. So I start with the 4 hour, like today 13th. So around here, yeah, just around here, I noticed that the market was playing around here, and then I looked at the structure of the market. You see, so if you look, my last support was here, and the last resistance is here. So given that this market was on the lower side and it favored, it looked like it was going up. So I simply just mark those areas, and then I go to a lower time frame, that is the 1 hour, and I see that it obeys, it still goes up. So once I have established that, then those are my guide. I don't just go into the market and start buying. The areas that I have marked become my guide. So now that I have established that, every time I go to any time frame, even the 5 minutes, I simply look, is it still obeying what I had seen? You see, like here, it's going up. It's going up. If you notice, it's going up. So then I am not worried when I go to the 1 minute time frame, because I know generally that it's going up. So even if the price seems like it's going down, like there's a sell, for me, I just buy, because I know that it's going up. And then it comes and take profit. So your guide, Brian, should be
Yes.
the areas that you have marked. So once you have marked the area, so you just trade within
Yes.
the area. You just trade within the area. If I see
Okay.
it is getting out of my area, like you see here, then I do it conservatively. I don't put like 20 orders the way I put it inside my zone. I start getting, I slow down basically, because maybe things might be turning. So here I'd put like maybe one, but inside my zone I put several. You see, like here I put maybe 20 or 30, but here I'll put maybe one or two. You get? So this becomes a guide.
Okay.
And then there will always be telltale signs. If you see that now it is turning, there are those signs that you start seeing. Either you start seeing like a 3-bar reversal, So basically,
Okay. Okay.
you'll start seeing that, now the market is turning, you slow down. Or sometimes when it has, when you check your chart and you notice, let me zoom out. You notice that it has gone, you see, like now, this is a good example over here. You notice that it has reached the last high that it reached a while back. Then here you again start slowing down, because this is the highest price that it has reached. And if you look carefully, there's a 3-bar reversal here. A 3-bar reversal, and now the market started coming down again. Now it's taking sales orders. So
Okay.
basically, you need to study the charts, study the signs that the market is giving you, and then trade within your zones, the zones that you've marked.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
Thank you, Ken.
But
Thank you, Ken.
you only get better when you practice. So like during the weekend on Saturday when the market is not active, you can mark zones and basically just start practicing. You see the way I've marked my chart now? This was earlier in the day. So assume this is not the active part now, because you see right now the market is going down. Assume I had marked it in the morning right here. So this you can practice. Let's say I was practicing, I was doing back testing. I mark here the 1 hour, and then I go down. I go down on the 30 minutes. If you go down on the 30 minutes, you see that it's still obeying. Then you go down again lower on the 5 minutes. you find that it's still obeying. So assume that you're not seeing all these things on the right, but because you know that your market is going up, uh, let me mark. Assume that I am taking my orders now. I take my order there. Let me mark it with blue. So assume that over here I see now the market is going down. I have taken my order. I've taken my order. I've taken there. Now how to backtest this? Let me just advance a little. You see already the market already turned and came back, and you have taken your profit. You've taken your profit.
Yes.
That's how you have. I have backtested. This is something that happened a while back. I have backtested the fact that this market was going up, even if at this particular moment it looks like people are selling. Me, I'm busy buying because I know eventually it will turn up and I'll be in profit. So you only get to get better at
Yes.
this when you practice. So like at night when the market slows down, the Asian market, you can always try to mark. You can go back in time. You can scroll back. If you scroll back even way back, you'll always see areas. You see, like now, this one, at this particular time, you see the market was going down. So if I